In this video, I'll show you how to install, configure, and use the free LuLu Firewall on your Mac to protect your privacy and stop apps from spying by blocking outgoing connections you can't see. To download the LuLu Free Firewall app, visit objective-c.org. The latest version at the time of recording this video is 4.2, which introduces a new feature called Profiles. For version 4.2, you need macOS 15.3 or later. Click LuLu, then click Download. To support the developer, click Yes, I love free tools. You will then be directed to the next page where you can purchase a membership. If you have an older version of macOS, you can download a compatible version of the LuLu Firewall. Access the download link in the description box by clicking on More below this video. Please be patient and make sure to follow every part of this tutorial, especially if it's your first time installing the LuLu Firewall app. In this tutorial, I use a MacBook Pro M4 running macOS 26.1 Tahoe. You can now open the DMG file by double-clicking on it, then drag its icon into the Applications folder. When you open the LuLu app for the first time, a dialog box will appear asking, LuLu is an application downloaded from the internet. Are you sure you want to open it? Click Open. And a login item will be added to login items and extensions in the system settings. Close the message at the top right corner by clicking the cross button. Next, the LuLu welcome screen appears. Click Next. Then click Open System Settings to enable the LuLu network extension. Turn on the toggle switch for LuLu. Enter your user account password and click OK. The network extension is now enabled. In the following step, click Allow to allow LuLu to filter network content. Click Done and close this window. On the initial setup screen, uncheck Allow already installed applications to better control third-party apps. Then click Next. You should now see the LuLu icon in the menu bar. In the next step, if you want to support LuLu, click Yes, and you will be directed to the patreon.com page. If you would like to do it later, click No. Once the installation finishes, you will receive several alerts. You may be surprised to find that many hidden network activities are now occurring that you couldn't see before. You can then choose to allow or block any unauthorized outgoing connections. In my case, I first receive alerts from Chrome Helper, Grammarly, and ChatGPT. You might get different alerts depending on the apps or software you use. In this example, I need to decide whether to allow or block the outgoing connection for Chrome Helper, a part of the Google Chrome browser. If I click Block, I won't be able to browse the internet. Therefore, I need to select Allow. Since the browser is from a well-known company and is widely used, I permit the connection without concern. Once you allow the outgoing connection, this alert won't show the next time you open the same app. However, to protect your privacy, secure your Mac, and safeguard your sensitive information, you should be cautious before allowing an application or possibly malware to make outbound connections. If you are unsure whether the connection is needed, click Block. You can change the permission later. Here is another example. The Pearl Cleaner app doesn't need an internet connection to work. You can block its outgoing connections. You only need to allow outbound connections when you want to get an update, and then you can block it again afterward. Each alert contains three elements that provide more information about the process. Let's take a closer look. The first one on the left displays code signing information related to the process. Chrome Helper is validly signed with an Apple Developer ID. Therefore, you can trust the process. To view the origins of the process, click the middle button. PID stands for Process Identifier. The Chrome helper, which is part of the Chrome browser, launches from the dock. The third button from the left opens the virus total page, which displays how many antivirus engines have flagged the process as malicious. In this case, it is 0. And the message reads, no security vendors flag this file as malicious, therefore you can trust this process. If you want more control over the rule, click the arrow for more details and option for outgoing connections. When you first allow or block an outgoing connection, your choice affects future connections. By default, always is automatically selected. So, if you allow the connection, it will always be allowed. And if you block the connection, it will always be blocked. If you want to limit the permissions until you close the application, select Process Lifetime. The next time you open the same app, you will need to choose whether to allow or block the outgoing connection. Some apps like Safari, Firefox, or Google Chrome won't work without an internet connection. If you trust the app and the developer, click Allow. If you want to restrict the connection by time, click on Valid Until. Enter the hours and minutes in 24-hour format. For example, if it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon and you want the rule to last for 4.5 hours, you would enter 18:30. Once the specified time is reached, the rule will be deleted. To configure LuLu's firewall settings, click its icon in the menu bar, then select Settings. Check the boxes for Allow Apple Programs and Allow DNS traffic. Since I want to have more control over the outgoing connections for third-party apps, I will leave the box for all installed programs unchecked. If you are developing applications, select the box for all simulator applications. If you are not a developer, leave it unchecked. Next, click the Mode tab. If you want to run LuLu in passive mode to avoid seeing any alerts, check the box. However, I wouldn't recommend it since I want to stay informed about what's happening in the background. I leave it unchecked. I also prefer to leave the boxes for block mode, no icon mode, and no virus total mode unchecked. So I keep the default settings and leave the boxes unchecked. In the following step, click the List tab. I also accept the default settings, however, you can always adjust the settings based on your needs. In the LuLu Firewall list settings, you can create two types of list, Allow list and Block list. Allow list contains a website or IP addresses you want to allow. If something is on this list, LuLu will always allow it, even if other rules say to block it. Block lists contains websites or IP addresses you want to block. If something is on this list, LuLu will always block it, even if other rules say to allow it. An allow or block list looks like this list. If you don't have one, there is nothing to worry about. If you have one, for example, a block list, first check the box, then click the Browse button to find it on your Mac, and click Open to allow LuLu to block what is on the list. Next is Profiles, introduced in LuLu version 4 and later. Let's say you use your MacBook both at home and the office. You can create a separate set of firewall rules for each location using LuLu's Profiles feature. To create a new profile, click Add Profile. Give it a name like Home and follow the setup steps. Click Next. In this pane, you can set new rules based on your preferences. For example, I would check the boxes for allow Apple programs, allow DNS traffic, and if you are a developer, you can also select allow simulator applications and click Next. As I mentioned earlier, I leave the 4 boxes for these options unchecked and click Next. If you have a list of website or IP addresses you want to always allow or block, check the appropriate boxes. If you don't have such a list, there is nothing to worry about. As I showed you earlier, accept the default settings and leave the 2 boxes unchecked. Click Next. In the Update tab, if you prefer LuLu not to check for updates or new versions automatically, check the box. To allow LuLu to receive updates automatically, leave the setting unchanged. Click Add Profile, and finally click OK. Whenever you create a new profile, it has no existing rules, so it's like installing the LuLu Firewall from scratch. You will need to allow or block each connection again for your new profile. If you need to create another profile for work, click Add Profile and switch between profiles depending on your location or needs. To access your profiles, just click the LuLu icon in the menu bar, select Profiles, and switch to Home or Work profile. To manage your profiles, choose Profiles from the menu, then click Manage. To delete a profile along with its settings and rules, click the cross button, then click OK to confirm deletion. You cannot delete the default profile. LuLu will switch back to it if you remove your profiles. To view the complete list of all programs that have been allowed or blocked outgoing connections, click on LuLu's icon, go to Rules, and select Show. If you want to receive an update for a program that has been blocked, click the hamburger icon, select Edit Rule, click Allow, then click Update. In the next step, update your application, Then return to this tab, click the hamburger icon, select Edit Rule, click Block, and finally click Update. If you want to delete a rule, click the hamburger icon and select Delete Rule. To find an app's location on your Mac, click the hamburger icon and select Display Path. You can now see the app's location. Let's examine the rules in more detail. This window displays all rules that have been either allowed or blocked. To manually add a rule, click the Add Rule button. Next, click Browse and select the app you want to block its outbound network connection. Click Open and finally click Add. To remove the rule, as before, click the hamburger icon and choose Delete Rule. The next one is the default rules window, which shows the macOS system processes. To ensure your system remains functional, you must allow these processes to access the network. The third window shows Apple rules. If the Allow Apple Programs option is enabled, either during installation or through LuLu settings, any process exclusively signed by Apple will automatically be granted network access. The third-party program rules. No programs are listed here because I did not select the option in the settings when installing LuLu. The user-created rules. This window displays all the rules I have created as a user. You will often need to access this tab to block unwanted network traffic or allow a specific app to access the network to receive updates. Passively created rules. Since I did not select passive mode in the settings, no rules are listed here. Recent rules. This window displays all rules created within the past 24 hours. The creation date and time for each rule are displayed in this window. To export your rules, first ensure that the All Rules window is selected. Next, navigate to Rules and choose Export. Then choose a location on your Mac to save the rules. I choose Desktop and click Save. After exporting your rules, you can copy the file to a backup device. To import the rules, go to Rules and select Import. Next, navigate to the location of your exported rules, select the file, and click Open. To view your current network activity, click LuLu's icon in the menu bar and select Network Monitor. Netiquette lets you see your current network activity. If the window feels crowded, click the collapse icon for a simpler view. For more details about Netiquette, click the green Apple icon. To save the current results, click the Save icon. To configure the settings, click Settings. To clean up deleted, expired, or terminated items, navigate to the Rules, select Clean Up, and click OK. If you need to disable the LuLu Firewall for any reason, simply click its icon in the menu and choose Disable. Then you can enable it again by choosing Enable. To uninstall LuLu, click the LuLu icon in the menu bar and select Uninstall LuLu. Click Uninstall again to completely remove it from your Mac. By the way, as you may already know, LuLu blocks outgoing network connections. If you want to learn how to block incoming connections, you should enable the built-in firewall in System Settings. To save you time and make it easier, I have created a comprehensive tutorial that you can watch at the end of this video or access through the link in the description box below this video by clicking on More. If you are looking for free Mac apps to boost security and optimize your Mac's performance, access the link in the description box by clicking on More below this video. Open the link in your browser and find the list of all free apps tutorials on the right. I hope you learned something new today. If you did, please consider subscribing by clicking on my profile picture and sharing the video links with your friends. Your support will inspire me to create more videos for you. Thank you for watching.